You probably already know that water is one of the three types that started the Pokemon world, but at the same time it is also one of the strongest types in the game. The water type has only two weak points, grass and electricity. Compared to the 5 weaknesses of the grass type, it is clear that the game maker must reconsider the fairness here. In this video I will rank 8 water starters. Remember that rankings like this are inevitable personal opinions. If you have any ideas, feel free to share, don't stress too much. Swampert is a very ordinary Pokemon, other water-type starters all have advantages over it. Possessing a balanced set of stats on both physical and special attacks, his stamina is common and his speed is also normal. Plus the hidden ability is shell armor so it can withstand a few hits. In short, this one can attack and defend, but it's not too good in any way. Wearing an armor made of shells, Swampert did not learn Shell Smash, a skill that could overcome its speed weakness, as well as increase its attack power so that it could sweep. So now Swampert has no choice to increase his strength but Sword Dance. However, there is still hope because in the last wave Gen 8 gave Blastoise Shell Smash. Maybe in the future when Swampert learns this move, it will also be raised to a new level. Empoleon is the only steel and water type Pokemon in the Pokemon world to date. The fact that this is a steel type obviously indicates that this is a beefy Pokemon that is resistant to many other types. But in return is a very slow speed. At the time of Gen 4's release, Empoleon was a formidable force, but as more and more Pokemon became superior, it quickly fell out of favor. In addition to the sturdy body, Empoleon has a higher special attack than physical attack. But the moves it learned were mostly physical damage moves. But this is offset by the hidden ability Defiant. Passive ability will double the physical attack of Empoleon every time the opponent loses a certain stat. But since this trait relies too much on the opponent, this one can't be relied on either. So Empoleon was thrown into a defensive position with support. Empoleon can use Defog, Stealth Rock and Roar, plus the dual type is quite difficult to handle so it can be said that Empoleon is quite good at this support. But OK is still not good, so currently Empoleon has not achieved anything as significant as its heyday. While the two 8th generation brothers were both running horizontally in tournaments, Intellion was left out of the game. Theoretically, Intellion has special attack stats and sky-high speed in exchange for a sickly body with a broken palm. Intellion has a powerful sniper attack that cannot be attracted by Follow Me along with a hidden ability that increases critical damage by 20% and even Gigantamax form. Surely this is a Pokemon with potential, right? Yes, it is, but unlike grass-type starters that are mostly weak, Intellion is completely overtaken by other water-based starters because of its fragile body. Water is a type that is mostly defensive rather than offensive, and in this respect, Intellion is certainly not equal to anyone. In terms of attack, Intellion's skill type is not diverse enough, and does not know what to do other than deal damage. So, unfortunately, this Pokemon has not been able to go far. Primarina is the first and only starter so far that has the privilege of owning the Fairy type. Making it default to a Pokemon is not bad because the Fairy type is so cool. Has a very high special attack and special defense but like the other 7th gen starters, Primarina struggles with its pathetic speed. Fortunately, with good defense, Primarina can survive a few attacks and retaliate with powerful Moonblast moves. That's how the Fairy type is, bro. One move is to weigh the whole world because there are so few types that can resist it. Even reducing the special attack of someone's house makes me live longer. Primarina also possesses a very diverse type of moves. Include defense, recovery, and power-ups with Calm Mind. In particular, Primarina has an exclusive sound technique with the privilege of being able to penetrate Substitute. It's also aided by the pretty cool Liquid Voice ability, which turns sound moves into water type too. Since the early days, Feraligator has still competed with Typhlosion to see who is the strongest starter of the 2nd generation. And it has confirmed its strength when adding the passive ability, Sheer Force. Already possessing good attack power, physical strength and defense. Sheer Force turns Feraligator into a crusher when dealing up to 30% bonus damage to all spells that have effects, but those moves will lose their effects. And even if it loses its beneficial effect, it doesn't matter because it doesn't need the effect once the opponent is defeated. One more thing to prove Feraligator's strength is that it can learn Dragon Dance. A single jump can increase strength while can solve the speed drawback, so what could be more formidable than this crocodile? To be fair, although people have been very popular since the early days of Pokémon because of its unique design, Blastoise is inherently a fairly mediocre Pokémon. It can attack but not very strong, has a high defense but not good health, so it can't block much. So we have a naughty turtle. Also, the speed is still slow, so Blastoise is mainly used in the support position with rapid spin. It was later changed by Mega Evolution, although its Mega Evolution is also not the strongest Mega form, but at least it can make Blastoise hit harder, defend a bit higher, and do special attacks. Nearly doubled. The Mega Launcher's special ability makes it half times damage to moves like Water Pulse, Dark Pulse, and Dragon Pulse. Also makes its skill type more diverse. But magic really came to Blastoise when Gen 8 gave it a miracle called Shell Smash. A move that allows it to trade half of its defense for double its attack and speed. This move is so good that it's close, but any Pokémon that can use it will immediately rank up. The potential of Shell Smash could even put Blastoise at number 2 while even threatening the number 1 spot on this list. Swampert has one of the best defense and attack types in the game, water and ground. Although there is a fatal disadvantage of taking 4 times the damage from the grass type, but when that is the only disadvantage it has, it is a very impressive thing. It is considered as an exchange for immunity to the electrical type. The ground type is also a very good attack type when it is buffed before up to 5 other types. Originally, Swampert possessed pretty good physical strength and attack. The Mega form even doubled its attack power and gave it the ability Swift Swim. That's right, Game Freak took a tough Pokémon with 150 attack stats and gave it the ability to double its speed when it rained. Mega Swampert hits first, hits hard and doesn't have mercy. It immediately became an indispensable element in the rain lineup. But now, Swampert and its water-ground brothers are facing a new weakness, the move Freeze Dry. A unique Ice-type move that can deal double damage to a Water-type Pokémon, meaning it can deal 4 times as much damage to a Water-ground, Water-grass or Water-dragon type. This is a light neft with Swampert. However, it is not known how because Pokémon that learn this move almost cannot exceed Swampert's speed in the number 1 position is quite obvious because to this extent the whole world loves Greninja from the game to the animation. It is so loved that people give it its own form to let it shine. It was even voted Pokémon of the Year 2020, becoming one of the most beloved Pokémon of all time while being only a few years old. Greninja's stamina is as thin as a sheet of paper and speed is also very high. So what makes Greninja more appreciated than Intellion? Its first type is Water, Darkness, which helps Greninja not to be harassed by support with Prankster. The second is thanks to the Protean ability to make it turn into the same type as the move it uses. Yeah, it's like Cindrace's Libero. Only Cindrace was only a disciple of Greninja because the frog possessed this ability first. With Protean, the techniques Greninja uses are all increased by 1.5 times the damage due to the same type. It also possesses a diverse, free and variable skill type. Oh, but if the type changes so often, then why am I even mentioning the dark type? That's because in addition to the hidden ability just mentioned, Greninja also possesses another ability for cosplay followers, Battle Bond. Losing the ability to change types, Greninja is greatly enhanced with attack power, speed, and friendship power, transforming into the handsome Ash Greninja like the movie version. Along with the buffed Water Shuriken becomes one of the strongest priority moves. Ash Greninja is basically like a Mega form, but it is more powerful than a Mega Evolution because it doesn't have to sacrifice an equipment slot. That said, it's understandable why Greninja is number 1 on this list. When you have 2 awesome hidden abilities, the only weakness is making the trainer not know which one to choose. And that's the video that ranks the water starters in my opinion. As for this video, I'm looking forward to everyone's support for the channel to soon reach thousands of subs. Peace, goodbye brothers.